Hello, this is the row of stars problem. So we're going to make a loop that's going to print exactly as we see in the sample output over here. The first line we want to print 1 star, the second line we want to print 2 stars, 3 stars up to 20. So what's the first thing we need? Well, we need a loop that goes from 0 to 20, non-inclusive of 20, or 1 to 20, inclusive of 20. I'm just going to do it non-inclusive. So int I is assigned 0, I is less than 20, I plus plus. Now, let's write here, what is it we want to do inside the loop? Well, we want to print I plus 1 stars. That's funny. So at the moment, let's just print 1 star and see what we get. So here we have 20 lines with this 1 star printed on each line. Okay, so instead of that, inside here, what I want to do is I want to print I plus 1 stars. So I can do that in a couple of ways. One way is I can write a helper function, which prints I stars. And the other way is I can write a loop. So it's a loop inside of a loop, which is could be a little confusing. Let me do that solution first, and then I will come back to this solution where we write a helper method. So let's delete this. And what is our task? Well, we want to print I plus 1 stars. So how do we do that? Well, we say int, let's say k is assigned 0. K is less than I plus 1. Okay, and then we'll say system.out.print as opposed to print line, because we don't want to have a new line each time we print a star. Star. Okay, let's put brackets so we know where our loop begins and ends. And let's run this. Oops. Forgot to put the increment in my loop. And now I'm missing the parentheses. Okay, so that seems to be working, except they're all on the same line. Well, I'll leave it as an exercise for you to figure out where you need to print your new lines. But this is the correct number of stars. Let's delete this now. Okay, second solution of how to print I plus 1 stars is I can write a method, and I will call it print stars. And this method is going to need some information from me. It's going to need to know how many stars do I need to print. So I'm going to say I plus 1 as a parameter. Now I'm going to go outside of my main method and write a new method called public static void print stars. And it's going to take a parameter. Let's call it n. And now we need to write, in this method, we need to write a way to print n stars. So how do we do that? Well, int I is assigned 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. System.out.print star. And again, we have the correct number of stars. I'll leave it as an exercise for you to figure out where we need to print our new lines. Thanks.